Look like dude, cock.
Come on, let's do it now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it now. I like to start the podcast off with a really upbeat song. Let's do it. Let's do it now. Let's do it now because we are. Try to rhyme with nope. Now, let's do it now. Let's do it now because we are. See, it's hard, isn't it?
Wait, rhyme with now?
Yeah, let's do it now. Let's do it now because we are cows. We are cows.
Cow
nope,
now
doesn't work.
Now, brow.
Let's do it
our
now.
eyebrows.
Let's do it now. Let's do it now because we ain't highbrow. That's pretty good. We ain't highbrow. Yeah, we're gonna take it to you guys and keep it raw. Keep it raw because we are. Because we break the law. We break the law.
We keep it raw and break the law.
We keep it raw. We break the law. See? So I need you to fucking come on, man.
It's early.
Look, it's Monday. I'm holding a lot of water in my face.
Did you eat an entire wheel of cheese?
I ate a whole wheel of cheese, and I drank way too much wine.
You look
I was
Japanese.
On a plane, and I'm a little dehydrated.
You look Japanese.
That's right. So I'm holding a lot of water in my face. My face looks like a human balloon. It looks like a human balloon. That's why we are.
Balloon.
No.
Walk into the saloon.
Walk in. That's why we're going to walk to the saloon. That's why we suck.
You suck at singing. So do I. We're not good at rhyming.
Well, you got to come up with ways to rhyme, bro. This is a very good improv.
Bro, I got to be honest. We, at my party on Saturday, Justin, myself, Tony, and a few other guys sat around and made fun of you how you thought you could really be a singer for a very long time.
Why would you say that? I told you I saw Hamilton.
Yeah.
And it's a masterpiece. I'm fucking trying to sing. It's so hard.
It was hilarious, though. But that reminded me, because then, so Jay, my brother, and Klopp were both there. And then Klopp reminded me, he goes, I forgot about this. He goes, hey, remember when Jay wanted to be a DJ? I was like, what? No. He goes, yeah, like right when he got out of college, he thought he was a DJ, and he called himself.
No.
Really?
Oh, God.
DJ Tap Out.
What? DJ what?
DJ Tap Out. If anyone was never meant to be a DJ, it's my brother.
That would embarrass me. If I had I'm very hard to embarrass, but if I had when I was a kid, I used to be like, I hated the name Bryan. So I was like, people were like, what's your name? And I was like, Chris.
Oh, because that's so much better than Bryan.
It's my middle name.
Word.
But DJ Tap Out. That's all right.
And then Jay goes, you're the one that gave me the idea because Tap Out shirts were big at the time. I was like, Jesus Christ.
You probably were because you're good with marketing.
DJ Tap Out?
DJ Tap Out.
DJ Tap Out.
And now.
But Jay just doesn't get excited about anything. So he'd just be like there like this. Then when the beat drops, ready for it? Doom. Get up, y'all. Everybody get up, y'all.
Get up. Yeah, he's not.
DJ Tap Out.
Yeah, I don't see him as being.
It couldn't be a worse job for him to be a.
No.
It was hilarious, though. We laughed
hilarious.
for a very long time about that. A very long time.
DJ Tap Out.
He was all
It's
embarrassed
DJ
about
Tap Out talking at you live. Let's hit this dance floor, people.
No, he wouldn't yell like that.
No, you have to, though. You got it. You can't be like Jay's really.
Jay used to introduce us at the Fire and Kids Live before Chin came along because remember Evan never did it.
I never heard him introduce us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bryan Callen, Brent Schaub. At least put your hands together. Here they are.
Really low key.
Two people. Yeah.
Really low key. Well, I mean, I remember my buddy Jeff Beecher. He had a thing called Beecher's Madhouse.
I've been there.
In Vegas, yeah.
Well, it used to be one.
But he had the worst. I used to yell at him, and I don't mind saying this. I had the worst. He didn't know how to, he'd go, come on, guys. Let's go do this, guys. And I was like, Jeff, you can't go down.
Yeah, you can't go down.
Come on, guys. I had to be
just go
it's
up.
It's music, bro. Let's go up. Let's do this, guys.
Everyone excited.
All right, let's rock and roll. And he'd go, all right, let's rock and roll. And I was like, dude, you're bringing people down.
Maybe he's just trying to switch it up.
Well, he just didn't know.
Is Beecher's Madhouse still here? Wasn't the Roosevelt Hotel here?
I guess. I don't know what happened to it.
I had some good times there.
Oh, yeah.
That place was amazing.
I used to MC it for 2 years.
In Vegas?
Oh, yeah. I had some fun.
God, you think I MC'd that?
Well, I MC'd it because of the girls. Kind of depressing. Because of the girls, 1,500 people.
Well, now there's a midget there. It was in
Vegas at the joint. It's 1,500 people. So I would go there and I dressed like a pimp. And then I would go, I mean, it was the hottest girls in the
How old
world,
were
and you
you?
were the guy.
How old were you?
35, 34. It was.
If you
fun,
said 37, 38, I'd be
I made
embarrassed.
money though.
34
I
is
made
cool.
good money, and I was like, I wasn't really doing stand up then.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
You were just fucking
And
around.
he just wanted me to come and
And you're slinging
talk, and
dick.
I was slanging dick. Like I
You're
was
circus dick.
Oh,
man.
I was appalling.
You're a dick man.
I was appalling.
Features Madhouse dick.
Ask Brett Ernst, ask Steve Byrne when we have. I was making out at one point, with the Los Angeles Lakers cheerleaders.
What were you dressed like?
Now,
though?
I'm not
Hold on.
saying
What were you dressed like?
I was in a cream colored suit. Let me explain a
Like
couple
a zoot
things.
suit?
Explain a couple things to you. Let me explain a couple things. There was I was dancing with 10. She was well, let me go through it. Can I go through it the night I met my wife? Because
Sure.
well, no, because
I've
you
heard it.
might appreciate this. I meet a girl she sees me on stage and she's so good looking. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like she was so good looking. And we're dancing and we're making out. And she takes me up to her room. I take her up to my room and she goes, but you're so, like everybody knows you and this room isn't a suite. And I go, yeah, I know. They just give me this room. I don't really pay attention. She goes, oh, but this is the kind of room I would get. So I was like, this is very strange. So we start to get it on. And she goes, so here's the thing. I go, she goes, for me to like keep here, I have to go to work. And I'm like, where's work? She goes, I work at Spearmint Rhino and I make $1,000. And so it's really hard for me to, like, if I'm going to lose my shift and I have to kind of like.
Fair point.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, so wait. So you want me to pay your shift?
Yeah, no problem.
So you want $1,000?
You're like a gentleman.
So you want $1,000?
You don't want to waste your time.
Yeah,
of
you want
course.
$1,000 to have sex. So I was like, but see, what bothered me was you're hustling me. Just ask me for $1,000, and then maybe we can have a conversation.
Well, no, that's not fun.
Well, it's not fun, but the problem is I had a lot of opportunities downstairs.
I know. You didn't know you'd have to pay for the big
Right.
fish.
So I go, wait a minute. You got me up here right now, and you're pouring salt on my tongue.
I could eat for free downstairs.
Right. I can eat for free downstairs, and also you tried to hustle me. So I go, guess what? I ain't paying you. I'm not paying you $1,000 to have sex with you.
Did she beat you
You're the
up?
one to have sex. She goes,
beat you up?
no, but she kept going, no, but I want to be here. I just don't want to miss my shift. I'm like, I know this is an amazing ploy. You get me up here, you got your shirt off. You're ridiculous looking, but we'll see you later.
You're cheap, bro.
I'm cheap. I kicked her out.
Chin would have paid hard cash for that.
She was so stupid. I would too. Oh, let me be honest. It's not that she was that hot where you'd be like, any guy would be like $1,000. Well, I can't pay rent this month. But
Does it
I
have
guess
to be
I'll
cash,
I guess
though?
I'll figure it out.
Why can't they have Square?
Why can't they have Square? And by the way,
Why won't they take
$1,000
credit
I didn't
cards?
have a
Who
whole
has
lot of-
$1,000 cash?
Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't have a whole lot of money.
P. Diddy,
back
bitch,
then,
take
though.
Square.
I wasn't making crazy money.
Don't charge me a surf fee.
Yeah, $1,000 was a lot of money. Still is for anybody. But you know, it was one of those things that even if you were broke, you would think about it if she was standing in front of you. I don't care who you are. You'd be like, I'd
give her my
You go to
shoes.
your buddy and go, I got to borrow money right now. I'll pay you back. I swear to God. So anyway, I kick her out. I go back downstairs. I'm going to jump ahead. I'm making out with the Los Angeles Lakers cheerleaders. Now, what do you mean, Bryan? 1, 2? No, I'm making out with them.
No.
Yeah. And then this beautiful woman comes up to me and
That was wifey. Shut it all down.
I shut it down.
Wow, that was such a smart move. So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
Those 10s,
Yeah.
they were trying to suck the skin off your dick.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles cheerleaders.
Yeah.
You're like, nah, shutting it down.
Well, I didn't shut it down.
Time to grow up, though.
I
isn't it?
didn't shut it down.
Sometimes you got to
because
grow up.
My wife at the time was this big model, and she was living in New York, so it was just a thing.
Oh, you guys were just casually
She gave me her
dating.
number, talking,
And then-
no big
then
deal.
it got serious.
She didn't let me get the goods for 3 months. That prude.
Yeah. And then it got serious.
Yeah, but 3 months, she's a prude.
Paid off.
Paid off.
Made you wait.
Hung just out of reach again,
Yep. And she didn't get syphilis.
which I think is outrageous. That she didn't get syphilis. I took my pills.
That's smart on her
Syphilis
part.
would freak me out.
That's a biggie.
Syphilis is a problem because you get a sore on the end of your dick, apparently. I don't know if that's later, but do you know that?
No.
Well, but pull up.
No, don't
sore
pull a
on the
picture of
end.
syphilis. I don't want to get sick. It's like a cold sore on the tip of your dick, maybe. I don't know.
I guess
Either
so.
way, man. Yeah, I don't fucks with it.
No.
I don't fucks
Syphilis
with it.
is not
How
fun.
was Wisconsin?
I was in Madison, Wisconsin. Some of the best crowds maybe I've ever experienced. in my
Ever,
life.
huh?
Some of the best shows I've ever had. Saturday early show might have been maybe one of my best shows ever.
Best crowds, best shows ever.
Yeah, I'm just writing
They
new
kinda go
shit.
hand in
I've never
hand.
been more excited about stand-up in my life. This has been an amazing time for me.
And then you're in Philly next week. This
Philly,
week.
Madison was interesting though because it's all college. It's a college town, so it's a lot of college kids. Boy, do I feel old. Fucking do I feel old.
I had a 18-year-old, 19-year-old at my show in Long Beach. They sat to take pictures. They walked up because usually it's 21 and over, which I see people complain all the time. I don't set that stuff. They do. I have no idea. I'd let 12-year-olds in. Probably shouldn't come, but I'd let 12-year-olds. Yeah. These 18 and 19-year-old walked up, and I was like, how old are you guys? I mean,
crazy, right?
Fuck.
I know.
You forget, man.
It's nuts. It really is. It's amazing.
You forget. So how about on Wisconsin's not a bad flight. Philly's not a short flight.
Philly will take me 5 hours.
Philly's not. Yeah, it's a whole day.
Yeah, I'll be in Philly by the way this weekend. Come see me at Helium Comedy Club.
Dude, how about I go to? I went to New York on Wednesday. So
you took a red eye.
I took a red eye. We land. I only got about maybe 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep on the plane.
Yeah,
because there was two gentlemen on the plane that like to suck dick. Okay. I'm trying to be frank here.
All right.
Okay.
So no strangers to cock.
No strangers to cock.
Well, how did you know that?
And the West Hollywood lisp. Okay.
Okay. So
you guys can put two and two together.
So there was a lot of this.
A lot of this.
Okay. So
there should be a rule that during the night flights like that, when you're trying to sleep, they can't talk
because they sound like cats.
Well, just
sound like
even
cats.
If they weren't raging gay, they shouldn't be able to talk.
Hey, what the hell?
Of course, your cell phone's going off. But you know what I'm saying? Like when people are trying to sleep, they shouldn't be able to sit up front and just talk the night away.
Well, they shouldn't be. So are you sort of saying that anybody who speaks like this should be censored and wear a muzzle?
No.
You're being very homophobic.
No, anyone.
Because
gay or straight should not be allowed to talk. If your flight's later than 10 p.m., they should not be allowed to talk.
Right. But so you couldn't sort of.
It was the lisp, though.
That sounds like cats hissing at each other.
Like serpents.
Yeah.
Like snakes were. Like,
get those two cats
like snakes on a plane.
Yeah.
It's like snakes on a plane.
Two overgrown snakes.
Yeah, but just a couple of chatty Cathys. I would keep waking up. I'm like, all right, I got about 2 hours of sleep. I got to get off the plane, go from there straight to the press conference with Deontay Wilder. All right, cool, man. So I'm tired. I get off the plane, and the driver picks me up. I go, we're close, right? And he goes, yeah, we're close. However, it is 7:30. And the UN is in town, and Trump's in town. So let me just. Oh yeah, here's ways 2.5 hours.
Oh my god, I could have told you.
I was like,
you got to go through the Midtown Tunnel.
He started laughing. I went, I feel sick. And he started laughing, and then so I went straight from there right to the interview. It was great though.
Just curl up on the back seat and go to sleep for fuck's sake.
I tried to, man. It's just tough to stop and.
Oh, it's the worst.
I know.
I know. I've done that.
That New York flight.
I've done it.
A bit of a.
It's beastie. A bitch. Well, it's a bitch when that traffic getting from JFK to the city is always a motherfucker. Man, and I've been stuck in that tunnel. I've been stuck in that tunnel.
I told him I could get out and walk there faster. He goes, in terms of you could. I'm like, God,
you almost
feel like walking.
Yeah, there's nowhere to walk.
I don't know where I'm going.
I almost got out and walked in the tunnel. I was stuck in.
I've never seen traffic like that ever in my life. People complain about LA traffic all the time. I've never seen rush hour New York traffic
because that area was not built. It was built in the 50s. You know,
it's not
50s
it's not
60s.
meant for that.
It's not meant for that many cars. That's why they came up with the rail. They're building that fucking rail.
My brother's like, you should just got off, took the subway. Do I look like a fucking Ninja Turtle? I'm not from New York.
Yeah,
I don't know where just to get off and jump on and
you get stuck.
The fuck? Do I look like Seinfeld? Yeah. Speaking of Seinfeld, his new special.
Is it great?
Brilliant.
Really?
This is why. So it basically it tells his story, like where he started and cuts in and out, like where he grew up. They have his first ever stand up. Just shows his video, but the whole hour special is all his old jokes through the years.
No,
he wanted to do it just to show that his jokes hold up over time. I had no idea. I was laughing my ass off.
That's great.
This is the best part. He's sitting there in New York, and he's like in the middle of the road, and they took every page of notes he's ever wrote jokes, and it goes like for roads and roads. And he's like, this is every joke I've ever wrote. And they put them all out. It's amazing.
That's amazing.
It's ridiculous.
He never stopped writing, man.
No, he just
that's something.
It's some inspiring shit. You should
everything I've written.
You should see this.
All the best of.
But no, his stuff is like it's when he wrote it in the the 70s, and there's that old piece of paper.
Sure.
And he would go through and like, oh, this one was funny, and it shows him saying it.
Wow.
But he's just trying to prove that his comedy holds up over time. I didn't know it was that. I had no idea. But then when I did
that.
research on it, it was interesting.
I got to watch that. That's incredible.
And then he did it at, I forget the name of the place, but where he very first started. And they have his sign-up sheet.
Well, one of the things about doing stand-up for a long time is that you miss your old bits. Like sometimes you have great bits, like some of the old things that I used to do, like you have your best ofs, and I don't do them anymore. But you
can't,
miss
right?
them. No, I mean that right now I'm thinking I have a whole different hour. I'm thinking about different.
But the
things.
comedy has changed. Like the old school guys, like Jay Leno, a lot of those other guys, they never changed their act. But don't you feel like? I'm not saying they can do it, but like today's day and age, like people want new. So let's say you're in Philly this weekend. If you're in Philly this weekend and you do the same bit you did last year in Philly,
dead.
you will never ever
do that.
be able to go back there.
Yeah.
And because people are like, what's now? What's now?
That's
and you got to
right.
compete with everyone and digital and YouTube and all this stuff and social media. You can't do those old acts.
I also feel like, so much of stand-up for me is just trying to be original in my expression. So whatever's going on with me over the year since I've been to Philly, right, it's so different. And I'm thinking
You're a different
about
person.
things. Yeah, and I'm always thinking
really.
about different things. So as long as you stay true to that, it does take a long time to gel a whole hour, but I'll definitely come.
Well,
back
at least
with
new
a whole
stuff. Like when I was
stuff.
in Dublin, I won't name the comic who they're referring to. Big name comic. They're like, yeah, last show we went to was this guy, and he goes, he did the same stuff we see him do.
See it all the time
online, and
see it all the time.
She goes, the crowd literally went dead silent on him. Like we've seen it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like we came
We've
here,
seen the magic trick.
Yeah, we already know what's going on. Like, where's the new stuff? You haven't been here in 3 years.
That's amazing. I can't understand that because there's something good about being bored with your stuff. Like after a while, when you do it enough, it's a very good thing for a comic because you've got to keep
Forces
changing.
you to change
It's
it.
like anything else. If you don't use it, you lose it. You've got to just keep evolving. It's really easy for anyone to be like really good. This would be like, look at martial arts guys. Okay. So it used to be your martial arts master. He would sit and he would teach and he never got tested. He never fought.
Yeah.
One of the things that the Brazilians would do is if you're a black belt, if you're Henso or any of those guys, they were always rolling with their students. They were staying current and relevant, right? And you know that from MMA. You can't sit back on your laurels. I mean, you have to be, And I think that there's something very important about that. And one of the things that I like about maybe, and I don't know if this is true, but maybe with the advent of the internet and people have so much access to so much, you can't sit back and
there's
just with
more
your bag of tricks.
competition.
Yeah, man. You better be relevant.
There's
You
way
better
more
be writing this shit.
competition.
Yeah, it's much harder in a lot of ways. It really is.
Well, it's hard to be, and also you might be doing, I don't know, a joke on Trump. Well, there's 50 other comics doing a joke on Trump, and people have access to it now. Where before, if you did something like, oh, yeah, that's Brendan's joke. But if he was the first one to do it, he was usually the guy who's getting credit for it.
Not only that, but something that people don't realize is that before the internet, when I was doing stand-up, like before like people had access to this, like you remember the internet is what, 6,000 days old? I mean, it's very, very short. It's
been around for a while, but
it's about 6,000 days old. It might be a little more, maybe 7,000 days old. It's kind of weird to think about, okay? I mean, the internet, as we know it, where we have access to it, okay, is very, very short period of time. So when let's just take 95, 96, 97, even 2000, when you were doing stand-up, because people, so I couldn't do the jokes in New York that I did in LA.
I wanted to check the 6,000.
Yeah, but when if you do, how old is the internet?
It's probably 7,000.
Because it can be biased if you type in the exact thing. You know what I'm saying, Chad?
How many days old is the internet?
No, you just need to see when.
I'm talking about the day that
the internet's 10,400 days old.
Yeah. Okay, so 10,000, pretty short period of time. Think about that, 10,000 days.
Time.
But 10,000 days is not really true because what I'm saying is that the internet.
You're saying for everyone have access to it?
Yeah, that we use the way we use it. It's really not long. Think about when you started really using email, when you were able to just go online and see anything you wanted. That was probably 2000? 2001, right? So you're not talking. It is. It seems like a long time, but it's not in the grand.
Yeah,
scheme of
2001,
things, right? And so
15
before
years,
that,
16 years.
before that, though, 15 years seems like a long time, but not really historically. It's just not. Think about it. It's really
in our life, though. That's half my life.
Yeah, I guess it is for you. For me, it's not.
Yeah.
For me, think about it. I've been around 50 years, so it's only 15 years of my life. That's a short period of time.
Yeah.
And before that, like me and Rogan and all those guys and Burr, we were doing stand up in a time
with
and acting in a time when when there wasn't that. So you couldn't do the jokes. I remember so well. You couldn't do jokes in New York. You had to change your act from New York to LA, and a lot of times, like the jokes that you did in New York were not the same as LA.
Yeah,
you'd be like, oh, he's an LA comic, or he's a New York comic.
Yeah,
and now anything I do here works in Madison, works in Philly, works in New York, works because we are all sort of kind of
under the same umbrella.
Yeah, that's new. That's new historically. That's new historically. Period. That we're all kind of sharing the same culture. Like, even the amazing, like even in the jihadi websites, like and sort of the ISIS websites, they talk about transgender issues. They talk about climate change. They talk about all these things. The only difference is they blame, essentially, religion. They say, well, this has all been predicted.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're crazy.
But we're all having the same conversation. The other thing that's really, really interesting is that we're all kind of arguing for different points of view, like say the left and the right, using the same language.
Yeah,
we're also using the same language. What's the through line to everybody? Liberalism, right? So human rights. Yeah. But we all have a different way of going about it. It's really interesting. Yeah. So we're all kind of a group. We all are speaking the same language. The argument happens around how to get there.
Everywhere, yeah. Good luck figuring that out.
Yeah.
Dude, I started watching. Well, you've been traveling, so you definitely haven't seen it. But it's called True Confessions on Netflix. You guys know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? It's fucking nuts. It's something Confessions on Netflix.
Let's see.
Yeah, Confession tapes. So they what they do is the first. I haven't seen the first one. Spoiler alert if you're about to watch it. It's old school shit, but so there was a kid they were in Vancouver. His dad had a master's in engineering. His mom was educated, Muslim descent. I forget where they came from, but they were in Vancouver. And the kid was at Cornell. His best friend went to Cornell. His best friend was this white kid. They were in high school friends. They went to college. They come back on like whatever winter break, and they find when they're back on winter break, the mom, the dad, and the sister all murdered brutally, beaten with a bat, like brutal. Oh. So these two kids were staying. The son and the best friend were staying with the family.
The son of the murdered mom and dad.
Yes, staying with the family. So they go, all right,
red flag.
They go. So the cop, the detective, they're interviewing him. And he goes, we're interviewing him, and we go, well, your mom, obviously he saw it. He goes, your mom, your dad died, and your sister. And, how do you feel about it? He goes, they took my Walkman.
Well.
And he's like, all right, that's a weird way to deal with it. So then then the white guy, his best friend, calling the cops is super suspect. Like, he wasn't that, like, if I saw 3 murdered people, I mean, I'd be
in a corner, like, with a blanket, holding a warm cup of tea.
I ran about a mile away. I got scared. I'm a mile away, exactly a mile away.
You know what?
I would not stay in the house.
You're right. You might run away.
So the kid calls and he's like, "There's like some dead bodies," and then it looks like someone broke in. So then all right, let's see if their alibi holds up. So they said they drove to Seattle, they ate here, and then they went to a club, and then they had a late night meal here. So the cop goes, when they're going through it, like, all right, so they call those places, and they say when they're just telling you what they're doing, like, all right, that makes sense. All right, they weren't here, okay, all right. So he goes, but then when you look into it and the way they were acting and stuff like that, it's a little weird. So they call back those restaurants. They go, what'd they order? And she goes, oh, they wanted to make sure we saw their ID. They ordered wine and a salad and split it. These are 2 college boys.
Wine and a salad.
So why would you?
They weren't hungry.
Now remember, they're very smart. Why would you order wine? So they have to look at your ID so they remember seeing you.
Yeah.
So they order the wine. So when they went to the movie, why would they go to the movie? Well, when they're at the movie, there's no way they could be at the house committing the murder because the movie's 2 hours long.
Yeah.
So they bought movie tickets.
Yeah.
So then after, when all that's said and done, then when they go to the late night place and ask for, and then they go to a club, why would they go to a club even though they know the club closed at 2? Because people would remember them causing up a stir. Mm-hmm. So they put all this together.
This is cops. They know how to think this
right?
way.
It's good like us, one of the cops. So
Yeah.
they put all this together, right? And I'm like, these motherfuckers. And they swear they didn't do it. Then they look into it, and there's an insurance claim where they get like $275,000 when those parents dies. So like 3 months go by, they buy new Mustangs. This is the other thing. The kids take back off to Canada. The murder happened in Seattle. In Seattle, I think the cops were dealing with it, but they take off to Vancouver, so they can't get to them. Right. This is where it gets weird, though. So there's a funeral 3 days later. They say the Muslim kid freaks out the TV when he sees his parents being buried. He's like, "What? I was supposed to be notified of this. How could they do this? Why would they do it this fast?" Now they're balls deep in the Muslim religion. Everyone knows the Muslim religion. It's 3 days, and the family's supposed to clean the body, order everything.
A ritual,
3 days. So like it's fake, man. He knows this. He's so much like when you're that dived in the culture, you know this.
Yeah.
So all that happens. This is where it gets weird.
So wait, so the kid sees his parents being buried on TV.
It's on TV. It's a big deal. It's a huge murder. Everyone's trying to figure out.
He says
he freaks out in front of this. He's at like a friend's house.
Hasn't it been 3 days already though?
Oh yeah, it's been like it's been 3 days. But that's how he found out his parents were being buried on TV. He acts like he had no idea that why would they bury him this fast and all this stuff. Like, what? You're Muslim, you know? So this is where Canada, shout out to Canada for this. Canada has a division. Months go by. Canada has a division where they have these, I guess, basically they're FBI. I forget what they call them. Canadians version of FBI. Mm-hmm. They...
Like Scotland Yard or something like that?
I forget what they're... Mounties?
Something Mounties, yeah.
No, it's something Mounties, the Royal Mountie, but they have a buffalo as their logo. Mm-hmm. So they're like, something we can't figure out. Something's going on with these two kids. So they have this guy pretend they're in the mob. And he gets locked. They know where he's going. He's going to get a haircut. So they have him out front getting a haircut, and he pretends like his car's down. He's like, "I need help." And the kid helps him. They just hit it off. He goes, "Let's go get a drink." So then months go by. They become friends. The guy's in a mob, all this stuff. And then he goes, "Hey, if you're going to work for us, we need I've heard some stuff, man." And so they film him, and they're constantly trying to get it out of him. Like, come on, man, those murders in fucking Vancouver, like, what'd you do? If I'm going to help you, you can't come back on us, man. You can put a lot of heat on us. So they keep pressing him for it. And finally, the kid gets a confession. He goes, "When the fuck would you do it?" He goes, "During the movie. You think we'd be gone?" We went back during the movie and did it. So they do all this stuff. Then they bring other guys. They get him to confess. Well, in Canada, that's legal because they record him confessing it. But they're saying, and they have this forensic...
Entrapment or something?
They're saying that's not fair because these kids are 19.
And they wanted to be part of this group.
They want to be cool.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I would have said.
But they didn't have a ton of evidence. That's only evidence they had.
Smart kids, by the way.
Smart kids. No, they didn't pull it off.
Oh, okay.
Because then they went back. They were tried in Seattle. And for the first time, Seattle, the courtroom was like, "Yeah, that evidence, we're going to let it hold up." And that's all they had.
They had was them saying,
those
during the
confessions.
movie, we went back. That's a little iffy because the kids want to be part of the mafia.
But they have a forensic guy who specializes in these confessions, like dealing with this, and like they're 19.
Yeah.
And that was their argument. You know what they got? Both got 3 lifetime
sentences.
No parole.
Well, if they did it, I get it. But that's
you got to watch it though, because I'm like, I go back and forth. I'm like, they did it, they didn't do it, because there's this terrorist group in the United States who murders, like, because the dad was disappointed in the Muslim mosque. The mosque in Canada don't point the right way, and he's saying it's off
toward Mecca.
The Mecca. They don't point the right way what they should. Yeah. So he's like causing upset.
You're supposed
about
to pray. So when you pray toward Mecca.
That's what he's saying.
Mecca.
Yeah, he's saying a lot of them aren't, and he was like causing all this kind of...
Because when you go to a hotel room sometimes in the Middle East, they'll have an arrow pointing which way Mecca is. It's pretty wild.
So the dad was like causing some of that up, and they think maybe this group do it, and then some of it, it's strange, man. It's tough. What you can't do is give the kids 3 life sentences at 19.
Well,
This is where else it got tricky. The white boy, he was handsome. The lawyer... got caught fucking the lawyer, his defense lawyer.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, and it delayed it 3 hours. It was a woman who was his attorney.
Damn, that's hot.
He got caught fucking her.
Really?
Not hot.
She was not hot.
But he was in while this going on, he was in jail, prison for like 3-4 years as it's going on.
And he was
that delayed about 2 years.
He was giving it to her.
He was giving it to her. Yeah.
I just feel like you guys are. If the guy is literally over and over. Come on.
Wait till you see it. He's like, bro, quit fucking with me. You got it. He goes, we have.
That's a weird way to. That's a weird way to get into confession. 19-year-olds
in America. It's illegal. In Canada, it's legal.
So these guys wanted to be part of the mob, and that's
this how it happened. That they go. The mob guys, the fake mob guys, go. Listen, you got some heat on you. We have some rats in the police station down in Vancouver and in Seattle. We know, and the government wrote up a fake thing. They're like, look what we got a hold of. They're going to try and get you into this, and this.
Yeah, it's entrapment.
It's fucked up,
it's
right?
Entrapment.
And so he goes, how'd you do it? And the kids are, it's fucked up.
The problem is that's
this is my thing.
It's kind of a cheap way to get.
I agree,
somebody,
but if you didn't commit murder,
yeah.
Even at 19, if you didn't commit murder,
yeah.
Wouldn't you just be like, I get it, man. I wish I had some. I didn't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, or you
want
to be cool and you want to be part of that group.
That's what they said.
And so now you're going to go, after the 4th month, you're going to go, fuck it. Yeah. We went to the movies and then we did it.
But it makes sense, though.
It does make sense.
And it's super skeptical. Here's the other thing.
They probably did it, but
you think, yeah, probably. You got to watch it.
Know these things, but I don't know.
That's what the cop goes, I'm positive they did it.
Yeah.
But they have all these other leads they didn't follow up on, like legit leads. Like this guy had like all these suspects from this terrorist group that killed people before like this. He has their names, where they live, the bat that they used, and the police just didn't follow up on it.
It's a weird thing, man, with so many of these things. There's so much evidence.
It's so interesting. There's a bunch of them, but this is the first one. It's so fucking interesting.
And it's called what?
Confession Files or True Confessions?
Tapes or something?
Confession tapes, yeah.
But I couldn't believe these, and they're the two best. These guys are known for being the best to infiltrate the mafia.
Yeah.
But when you listen to them, like those are the best. They would just throw an F word come on, bro, you can't fucking go down the train. They just keep cussing. I'm like, that's not the way mafia guys talk.
Yeah.
They're horrible actors. You wait till you see them, like, oh God.
Well, they do that with when you're gonna place a hit on somebody. So there are people that will go to Soldier of Fortune magazine or whatever, and they'll try to hire somebody. But the cops have, there are different places.
Tons of people.
They stage that stuff.
A lot.
And
then
you call them, and so what they'll do is they'll go, I want to kill my husband. They go, all right, and then you meet with them, and they do a thing. And then what they'll do, and I think it's by law, or at least in some states, before they're going to quote unquote do it, they're not going to do it. They call you back and they go,
you sure you want to do this?
You sure you want to do this? And when you say yes, then they come in and they arrest you.
See, but that's fair to me. Those people should go to prison. That's fair to do.
Oh, yeah.
Because
how long would would you put somebody in prison for life for that? I would. If you're ordering a hit and you know that that's the way it is, I would.
What about the circumstances?
What
happens if you sexually molested me since I was 6 years old?
Well, those are always going to come into play.
And I'm 35 now, and you're trying to sexually molest. You're just.
Typically, that's not who does it. Though.
Well, I'm just saying. No, I'm giving you. You know what I'm saying?
Typically, it's a wife or a husband who wants to collect money or whatever.
Then you're fucked.
Yeah.
I'm not. Then you're a bad person. I'm saying case by case.
Well, that's like a woman. So when a woman kills her husband after years of abuse, and she's doing life in prison,
she should not do life in prison.
Right. But it happens.
I get pissed so hard.
Yeah, me too. Let's go piss. Come on, let me help you piss. Let's piss. When you say piss, when you drag it out, I gotta piss out of my dick.
Either way,
did you see the fights?
Have you seen the fights? There's so many fights this weekend.
What was it? OSP and
I don't know.
I didn't see it.
First of all, Bellator stole the show.
Really?
Bellator's card was the best of the weekend.
Really?
Yeah. How about Aaron Pico? Told you that motherfucker's bad. So everyone gave me shit because I call him the LeBron James as far as being a prospect.
He was wrestling at 16. He was wrestling on an international level at 16 years old.
Well, no, he started wrestling way before that.
Oh, no, I know.
At 8, he was doing boxing and wrestling.
Yes, but he was wrestling internationally.
Yeah,
in tournaments.
he's a freak.
At 16, he's a freak.
He looked good. He was still, it's only his second fight, so there's going to be still some mistakes. He ate a lot of shots still, left himself open. He took some hits he probably shouldn't have. He knocked this guy out so bad.
Really?
Oh my God. Hit him with an uppercut like you would, just like an uppercut you'd throw like fucking around with your friends. My God. Like rock this guy.
Really?
So bad.
So what are the mistakes?
He's just too aggressive. Like he's not
fluid enough yet?
No, yeah, he's just there. Like he's
Well, he's 20, right?
He looked great though. Yeah, he's 20.
Yeah.
He looked great. Knocked this kid out so
And he
bad.
fights at
He has a ways to go.
55
Like
or
55. In his last fight was at 45. His last fight was at 55. Even though he fought a 7-year, so he fights at 45. But they should keep giving him guys like this. Like he has a.
Right.
Don't toss him. These top.
Right.
Like
Not
chill.
yet. Not yet.
No, he's a few years off from that. But he's gonna be champ. But that's a slow boil.
Fighting's interesting that way because, like at 20, even though he's been fighting his whole life, I guess MMA is just something that just you have to season for a while. Like when you're 30, like there's a big difference, right? 10
Well, I
years.
mean, there's young champions, there's studs, but it's just like he has no experience in mixed martial arts.
Okay.
Wrestling doesn't count.
It
All
doesn't.
that, it's gonna help, but it's not the same.
It's not. Well, you got to put it together.
Well, it'd be like doing just shows at the Belly Room, and then the next week you're doing a stadium.
So
It's gonna be a different vibe.
So just the energy of the crowd and all that stuff also causes
also-
too much.
it's just a different animal. The competition's better. Like there's a lot you just got to put together. It's experience. He'll get there. But I thought Roy looked good. Roy had his hands full. Roy looked good. Ben Henderson got screwed. God, he's having. Oh, Lorenz Larkin lost again. 0-2 now in Bellator, which I'm surprised. Lost to Paul Daly. Bad knockout too.
Damn,
he was
Paul
out
Daly-
on his feet.
Paul Daly's still fighting.
This was a bad knockout too. Yeah, Bellator stole the weekend. UFC Japan was good. Man, the Claudia Gadeja Andrade fight. Like, I watched the first round. And I tweeted out too soon because I caught up I watched everything. I watched Fury, Parker boxing, the UFC Bellator. I watched another boxing match. So I caught up on all the fights and I got through everything. And then I saved Jessica Andrade and Claudia Gadeja last because everyone was like, best female fight ever, fight of the year.
Bulldogs.
People were talking about it at my party. That's the best ever. The
No.
fuck? No. No, Claudia Gadeja got her ass whooped.
She just kept coming forward and getting.
No, she's
popped.
got her ass whooped. No, she got beat up. Jessica Andrade just beat her ass.
Jesus.
Like, was thrown, and Claudia Gadeja is my favorite fighter. As far as
Really?
as female fighters, 115 pounds.
Really?
I prefer to watch her over. I like
Than
Joanna.
Joanna?
I prefer to watch Claudia just because she mixes up. She, like she goes after it. Not that Joanna doesn't. I don't know. Claudia. If I had to pick, Claudia's funner
And
to me to watch.
And she got beat
Jessica
up.
Andrade beat her ass.
Wow.
That was not the greatest female fight of all time.
Wow.
She got tired. She just gets tired at the end of the round, like the second half of the fight.
Well, the
she
times
just
Except for
gets
that
tired.
guillotine, and Jessica Andrade literally picked her up.
That was
and
like some of the best
spun her and
slams, yeah.
Slammed her.
The times I've seen Jessica Andrade fight, she just seems to keep coming forward, taking shots, and just closes that gap. And
Unless she's fighting Joanna,
Bangs.
then she
Yeah,
has her
yeah.
hands full.
Yeah.
But Claudia, to me, Claudia is the best 150-pound fighter in the world, not named Joanna.
In the first round, she was sick. She was so good, Claudia.
Claudia?
Yeah.
I see, even the first round, like my brother went, I don't know. I mean, I might give that. The one just had 30-25, 30-26, 30-20. Like, it was an ass whooping.
I had a weird dream about Matt Mitrione, like a nightmare,
so random.
semi-nightmare,
That's
because he
weird.
kept saying, he kept going, "Hey fool, I'll punch a hole right through your face." And I was
In
like,
your dream?
Yep. And I was like, I know you would. And he goes, but I will. I'll punch a hole right through your face. And then I would find myself, for whatever reason, taking pictures with him. This is so fucking weird. And we'd take a picture, and I put my hand on his back, and I was like, he's so fucking strong. I was like, oh shit,
Then
he's
did
gonna
you
beat
fuck
me
him?
up. Nope. I just felt his back, and we'd take a picture, and then he'd go, I'm gonna put a hole right through your face. I go, I know.
Weird.
I'm aware that you are going to do that.
Weird.
I kept agreeing with him, and then I woke up,
Weird.
and then we fought for real.
Yeah, terrible dream. And then OSP with Okami, the Von Flu choke. How you get caught in a Von Flu choke in 2017 is amazing.
Why?
I mean, especially when you're fighting a guy OSP. There's only
you've
been
seen it 1,000
I think there's
times.
only been 5 ever done in the UFC, and OSP has 3 of them. He's going to change his name to Von Flu.
They say it's Von Prue choke now.
It's
They're changing it
it's
to
the
Von
OSP
Prue.
choke. It's the OSP choke. How you get caught in that? And listen, OSP's not a high level grappler.
But he does
He's
have
not
that
at all.
one choke. Like you said last time, you're like, this is his
That's his thing.
go-to.
That's what
Well, maybe
he
it's
does.
just he's so strong. You've rolled with him,
Yeah, I have.
and
He's not world class on the ground. Now that choke he does is obviously world class.
yeah,
When
you showed me
choke
how
out a
he
lot of
does
guys,
it. Yeah,
It's literally.
but it's easy to get
you're-
out of.
No, once it's in, you're fucked.
Okay.
But it's in because you hang onto the head to. That's the only way to do it.
Okay,
It's the only way. It's one of the only chokes that's set up like this. It's the only choke which you can't avoid if you avoid doing this.
If you stop holding on to the guy's
Yes,
head.
and you can't get if you're fighting him, and for Okami to have 1,000 fights under his belt at the highest level, for him to get choked out in the first minute by the one choke,
It was probably
the
just
only
sneaky,
choke he
though,
does,
right? It's like sneaky.
No, that's the thing, B.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing sneaky. There's nothing sneaky.
Yeah.
The Von Flue choke is not a sneaky choke.
So if I have you in a headlock, you're saying,
Yes.
just let go of it.
Yes.
So if I got you like this,
No.
no, like this.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Now what?
Well, it's always if, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when he takes him down, you're not going to tap me out of here when you take me down, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it's from, when you can't get out of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's not fun. Yeah,
But
that's
again,
not a
it
good
only
time.
happens
Just
if
let go.
I hang on to the head. You
Right then-
can't set that choke up unless I make the mistake of hanging on to the head too long.
Yeah,
Now,
just
he can trap your arm, and there's certain traps and baits he can do. But if you're fighting OSP,
let go. I kind of panicked there. I didn't let go, so maybe you kind of panicked. I was like, whoop, what?
the thing
There's
is,
a tendency
when
to
you
hold
go,
on.
well, and then when you have the UFC glove on, you can't get out. He choked him to sleep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, OSP's a big, strong guy, and he's obviously world class at it. So once it's there, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But for a guy of Okami's level to get stuck there is crazy.
Jiu-jitsu.
And then boxing, Parker, who's the New Zealand heavyweight, I see all the DMs, I see all the emails. Everyone's like, you never talk about Parker when you talk about heavyweights and when you talk about Wilder and Joshua. I don't think Parker's at their level. I'm going to get so much shit for this. And he's New Zealand. I think he's great. I think Wilder or Joshua would be a tough fight for him. He definitely beat Fury. He looked good. I'm not saying he can't beat those guys. I think it'd be a tough fight for him. He walked out with his dad and uncle with their shirts off. I put it on my Instagram story. They're not in shape, but it was cool to see.
Yeah.
It was cool to see.
Not in shape. Now you
He looks great. I'm not saying he can't be world. He's already world champ. I think he's WBO. I forget what champ he is. He's already champ, but to unify the belts, and he fought in Manchester, where Fury's hometown, and also he fought in Manchester to kind of show those fans, he wants Joshua
now Parker
next.
is clearly Samoan.
He's my
or
size.
At least partially Samoan. He's your
WBO
size.
World Heavyweight.
How big is Deontay compared to you?
Deontay, look, he's fucking
Taller.
6'7".
Yeah, 6'7".
6'8".
Yeah.
Thin though,
Handsome.
in shape.
Yeah.
Handsome.
And very into fashion, as you were
Great guy,
telling me.
man. I'm telling you,
Seems
great.
like it.
He's the personality, and he was hilarious.
Really?
He was great. And he was just talking about, how he was, our conversation, I don't want to give it away, but our conversation, I was just like, why aren't you the face of boxing in America? Why aren't you a bigger deal? You're the first heavyweight champion, American champion, 7 years. 30. I think he's 34-0 with 33 knockouts.
I think.
Like, why aren't you a bigger champion? Hold on, before you answer, let me tell you. He and I go, Anthony. More people watch Anthony Joshua fight than you fight. He's from England, and he goes, "What?" He was hilarious about it. He's like, "What kind of shit is that? How do you root for a foreigner? How do you root for a light skinned ninja? How do you root? I'm from here. I'm born and raised here. And you guys root for him." He's like, "Ain't that some shit?" And then he goes, and then everyone wants to make fun of my record, like I'm fighting like these, these powder puffs and all this stuff. He goes, it's heavyweights. There's might be 6 of us who are good, or are we supposed to just fight each other all the time? He goes, look at those guys' records. They're not fighting anyone either until recent.
Damn.
And he goes, and it's true. And I told him this in the interview. I go, I don't get why you're fighting Ortiz. I think it's a bad idea. And he goes, most people do. That's why I'm doing it.
Why bad idea in what sense?
Because Ortiz has 17 followers on Twitter, and he's the toughest matchup in the world.
He is?
We don't know how old he is. He's from Cuba.
Yeah.
He lives in Miami. We have no idea how old he is. He has 400 amateur fights.
Really good.
He's really good. He has a granite chin. He's a southpaw, and no one knows who he is. They call him the boogeyman of boxing. Because everyone's scared of him. No one wants to fight him.
That Cuban school of boxing, too. I mean, fuck. They're really
And Deontay
really good.
wanted this fight.
Well, I was going to say that I feel like we'll be talking about him if he can beat Anthony Joshua. That's the fight, right?
Yeah, but that's not fair. Like, who cares? I guess, but
Well, I'm
it
just
doesn't
saying,
make sense.
You
But it
got
doesn't make
to
sense.
fight the most visible. I feel like that's the fight. What is your take on that?
Yeah, he has to. I mean, Joshua would be the next fight. They want
Right.
to fight each other. Like Deontay was saying, he goes, "What I want to do is unify all the belts. Like how, and it's smart." He goes, "To have this belt here, WCO, WBO, to have them all over the place. No, it should be one.
That's
legit
not up to him,
champ."
though, is it? Because that's
They can unify
that's
the
promoters.
belts. No, they can. Well, there's promoters, but you can unify the belts.
Okay.
Like,
How?
if him and Joshua fight, it'd be huge. I bet they do it in Vegas. That's a great
That's
fight.
a fight. Yeah.
Joshua's fighting in October, and then Wilder's fighting in November.
But that fight is kind of in the works, sort of, right? I mean, it's in the.
To me, I view it like they're basically in a pride style tournament.
Yeah.
Where there's 4 guys in the tournament. The winner of those will fight.
Wow. But Ortiz.
Joshua has a tough fight too. Ortiz. Wilder has a tougher matchup against Ortiz. A southpaw, this guy.
So what did Wilder say about Ortiz? He's confident in all that, obviously, but
there's a shitload of tape on
Ortiz.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's 22-0 or something like that. 24-0. He's a monster. Okay. He just fought 11 months ago. But I told him straight up during the ring, I'm like, it's a terrible, like it's a rough matchup. He's like, no, I know, I'm gonna knock him out, man. He just believes himself. He's like, he goes, I know it's a tough matchup. I see this stuff, man. He's like, I just see it. I see it happening.
Didn't he come to boxing later than most boxers?
At 19. Really 21, but at 19.
Very young.
Very
old.
His goal was to play football for University of Alabama. He's from Alabama.
Oh.
And so, but his daughter was born with a spine issue, and he couldn't make money fast enough. So that's when he went into boxing.
Wow.
Went into boxing, and then went to the Olympics too. Picking up at night. He's a
freak
physically
athlete.
he's a freak. That's
sure.
And this was kind of my whole thing for him. What makes him different is he's a better athlete than all these guys. That's his one thing he has. He's his footwork.
Well,
his movement,
Sergio
he's a better
Martinez
athlete.
came into boxing at 20 from Argentina.
Yeah,
And he was a world champion.
He was a soccer player.
Yeah, soccer player, a really good soccer player. So
Sergio Martinez was amazing.
yeah. So, but still, 20, 21 is really
late.
really late, man. I mean, for the guys who've been boxing since they were 10,
Super late.
Yeah. So that's a testament to how
But Wilder was hilarious, man.
Really?
Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. Doing his training camp.
You guys looked like you were having fun.
We were having so much fun. Doing training camp in Atlanta. He's doing his training camp in Atlanta, and then his coach and just his whole experience. He's just a good dude, man.
Yeah. That coat,
Huge fan now.
had something to say.
That Versace coat.
Ooh. But if you're him, you can wear a Versace coat.
Wow, that was a great coat.
Yeah.
That was a great coat.
You take that hat off, though, okay?
How about Tom posts hats? And I texted him, I go, getting a lot of heat about your hats, huh? And I had some picture of my hat. I go, I'm going to support you. Watch this. And I posted that online.
Me and Chris.
I said, you and Chris and
get that
Bryan
off right
are
now.
bully a little bit.
Get that off
You're
right
gonna bully
now.
just a tad.
Chris threw away a pair of sunglasses. We were in his new Audi R, whatever the hell it is,
RS7.
some amazing car, and he was there with his long hair, and he had these gold glass. They were gold, like they were
All
like
gold?
$1,800 sunglasses or
Sick.
something. And I looked at him and I was like, man, you're my friend, but you have this car and those sunglasses. Like, he just looked like such a dick. And he started laughing so hard, and he said, I never wore those sunglasses again. I go, I just know what to say. He's like, he was so proud of his car and his sunglasses. I go, man, you're my, like, I wouldn't be friends. Like, usually, like, you're my friend, and you have this car and those sunglasses.
How dare you?
He said, that was all I needed to hear.
It's hilarious.
Sometimes you need a friend to be like, all right, we've really hit the
All right, man. We gotta...
I can't actually abide by all of this, which is how I feel about your fucking hat.
I rock that hat all the time.
I might have to have a talk with my boy Piven.
I'll rock that hat all the time. Piven with
There,
hats.
I said it. His
wears
Instagram, he's
fedoras.
got his hats and
His Instagram's
and that dog.
tough.
And I may have to have a conversation with him.
Or you just gotta accept it.
Put the dog down.
Quit
the
posting
dog
pictures
down.
of your fucking dog.
Take the hat off.
Unless he's just getting so many girls from that dog, that makes sense. Right?
Take the dog. Put the dog down.
A lot of pictures of your dog.
It's all right. It's just we all,
That's what you do.
As friends, we all have to. I don't know. I tried to start wearing a hat a long time ago. I had a pair of leather pants on.
But the thing is, if you're gonna wear a hat, everything else has to be in order.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have style to start.
Well,
you just can't start with a hat.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You love
That's like-
fashion, so I get it.
Yeah, I love fashion.
You really do.
Yeah,
Like,
I love it.
You fucking it really
Love
means
it.
something to
Yeah,
you.
obsessed with
Those as terrible as those and offensive as those Gucci boots are, and we all know they are. And there's no one who likes them.
How big of a hit are they on stage?
No.
Always a hit.
Yeah. So with clown shoes, here's the thing. You get them off.
No.
No. Listen, you get them off.
I mean, today, and they went, the meeting, there's one request. You know what they were?
Don't wear those fucking boots.
Wear those boots.
Well,
we got to see them in person. Like, I can't do it. I can't wear them on the show.
No, not with
it's
those
a
buckles.
Monday.
Not with those buckles.
It's a Monday.
No. And they're good for a leprechaun parade. They're good for something like that. I don't know what they're good for. Now, listen.
You know what? I wish my friends' opinions, especially my 50-year-old friend on fashion, mattered to me.
I can't.
Because then I would change.
But I have a point of view on this. Like, I'm a little bit
if you
right.
have good style, I'd listen to you more.
But I'm a little right about this.
No.
I am.
No.
I am.
No.
They make me mad. Like, they make me madder than Chris's sunglasses.
It's going to be tough to outdo those. Those are
really tough.
Those are going to be tough to outdo.
I need a leather jacket, though. I'm going to up my fashion game. I'm wearing
It's
these.
too late.
Look.
Yeah, I know. Your common project's going to get the business socks on. So
Can't wear those, huh?
nah, it's what you do, man.
No, I can't help it. What I say in the mirror when I looked in the mirror today. I was in the bathroom and I went, not good. Not good. When you're 50, it's not like when I'm 51, things are going to be better. Now it's just a downhill slide. But I'll fight.
Like each year, it's slowly.
Well, until I go on TRT.
When do you think you'll lose your hair?
Well, I'm on Propecia. In fact, I ran out. Got to go get some today. So it's been 3 days. So I'm not going to lose
That's
my
a
hair.
game changer when you lose your hair.
I'm not going to lose my hair because I will get another hair transplant and I'll go on Propecia and I'll
Double Propecia?
I don't know what I'll do.
What about a wig? I always talk about
Absolutely
this.
not.
It's 2017, so they're getting way better.
I won't even wear cologne because it's too much trouble. Can you imagine a wig?
Cologne? That's true.
Forget
wig, like some days you have it, sometimes you don't.
I can't do it.
It's off to the side.
The TRT was going to be, I can't wait to get on testosterone.
You'll lose your hair faster.
Not if I take my Propecia.
I don't know if those two mix.
Well, I'm looking into it. We'll see.
But what's TRT going to do for a 50? I guess just more. You don't have energy problems. You just.
Well, that's what I worry about.
Gravity's
I don't want to fuck with my
face
endocrine
up.
system. But I saw Tom Cruise in The Mummy. I didn't watch it. I just put it on as I was on the plane to measure how long we were going. He is so muscular. He had a shirt off. He's 50 something. He looks fantastic.
Tom.
Well, but I mean, he's definitely doing something there. He's definitely doing something.
Tom Cruise. You're Bryan Callen. That's Tom Cruise. That's Tom
What I'm saying,
Cruise.
Listen to me right now, bro.
Hey, bro.
That doesn't mean I can't.
I saw LeBron James with a shirt off with the same age. That LeBron James.
Hey, man, I'm athletic. I can get muscular if I start lifting.
Look at me.
And get on TRT.
right now. That's Tom Cruise, the biggest actor of our generation.
So,
Yeah, well, was he shredded for Mummy?
yeah.
It's Tom Cruise.
What about it?
Top Gun Tom Cruise, you fuck.
Muscular if I put my mind to it.
That's Tom Cruise.
He looked good too.
Sure,
He's
yeah.
a very powerful. I remember when I did a reading with him, we were walking to the bathroom. He was in front of me. I was looking at his body. He is a thick dude, thick, wide hips, short but thick,
I've seen him in person. I wouldn't call him thick.
thick and powerful, powerfully built, sloped shoulders, powerfully built, small face though.
Actor. So he's
For an
small.
actor, for
He's
an actor,
small.
for an actor.
He's small, dude.
Yeah, for an actor,
He's small, dude.
for an actor.
He's also Tom Cruise, though. Beast.
Tom Cruise
Super beast.
still doing it on a high level.
Yeah, man. He's just making movie after movie after movie.
My friend did a
I
movie
think
with
he's
him.
freaking out a little bit.
Well, my friend spent 6 months with him. I had a long talk with her about it, and she had nothing but good things to say. But she said his life is only that. He doesn't have anything outside of it.
Yeah.
So everybody that he knows really and stuff are people that he works with. When he says yes to a movie, a whole machine moves, right? And it's
He
200
is the
people that
movie.
work.
Yeah.
And so all those people that are kind of your assistants, your bodyguards. He's got the same bodyguard he's had for 20 years. Your chef, your producers. They're all people that you that rely on you, and you rely on them, and that becomes your family. And so everything that happens on set. Everything. And also that costs a lot of money. The funny thing about that is that when you have
That
an entourage
team?
of 100
For
people,
sure.
it costs you a fortune. So you got to kind of keep making movies in a way. You have a lot of
Maybe
money.
I've heard other things about what he's doing. I've heard.
Well, he sold all his property,
I've heard
apparently.
great things about him.
I have too.
I've heard when he does a movie, he's a beast. Like, you want to talk about a guy who won't delegate any jobs to anyone.
Yep.
He wants to control everything. But they say he actually does it,
Yep.
like, and at a super high level. Like
Everybody I know-
like one of the biggest freaks in Hollywood ever.
Everybody
as far
I know
as like,
who's worked with him.
do this angle, this here, you're here, monster.
And everybody I know who works with him or has worked with him, and I know people who spent a year with him and more, from Joe Carnahan to Todd Phillips, to Kobe Smulders. I mean, people who, they all say he's the nicest guy in the world. And he is so, you're right, he's so detail oriented, but he's also so passionate about acting. When I did this reading with him, I was like, he was like acting full on. Like he was full on acting. Like where there was a
He's
scene.
one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, in the scene where we're coming back, we're at the table reading. And
did you get the part?
Well, I probably would have, because Todd Phillips was directing it. It was called Men, and I had a great part. I mean, so many of my scenes were with him.
Did you get the part, bro?
I didn't get the part because they didn't make the movie.
Oh.
They after a year he decided no. Yeah, and there was like rewrites and everything else, and it just didn't happen.
Happens.
One of those close calls.
Should we do some current events?
Current events. Let's go to current events, you fucker.
Hey, we got a Chinder shirt happening in the works right now. Speaking of Chinder, what's up with that? Anything new? I did some research, but go.
Yeah. So this weekend there's more people, more girls
What do you mean more girls?
that actually swiped right
excited.
on me.
Oh,
But like 90% of them, there's three girls, black girls,
love it.
really big black girls,
Love it.
which I have no problem with, but I wasn't attracted to it also.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
I
problem.
didn't. Yeah.
Well,
And
so
then
you
there's
do have
another
a-
one.
So you,
No, you have no problem
So you
with
do
big
have a
black girls,
problem.
but not,
No,
Problem is you don't like fat girls.
yeah.
it's just not my type. Yeah. So
That's the problem.
there's that, and then there's a really hot like white girl that I thought was she was too hot.
Okay.
So she sent me like a little flower message,
What did it say?
and then I waited because I heard if it's a bot, they respond right away. So I waited. Nothing after that, and I sent her a pizza emoji because I thought it'd be funny.
To go get pizza?
I don't know. I just thought
Okay.
I just try something.
Pizza's sexy.
And then
you're 40,
a
but
few hours later, nothing. So I'm like, whoa,
yeah, you
it's
fucked up.
possible. And then like later on the night, it said if you want to fuck,
Oh wow, the
webcam-
pizza worked.
webcam link.
Oh, the pizza worked.
It worked.
She trying to
She
fuck.
wants to fuck. Yeah.
And then there's one right now that I'm just not attracted to, but she.
Can we see him?
Him?
Yeah,
Him.
swiped.
Just a cock. Just a giant dick.
Geekish. Yeah, we're making a
Strange.
Chinder shirt right now. It's gonna be hilarious. But
She's.
Jay has some friends who are of Asian descent, and
Yes.
all of them.
Maybe all of his friends are, but keep
It's
going.
true. Jay only hangs out with Asians.
Thai and Filipino.
Yeah, it's very strange. Anyways, well, the family of 7 here, Chin. You're not ready to be a dad.
Let me go ahead. and
She's
see
cool though. Well, don't Photoshop yourself. She had a hot set of teeth on her. Her eyes are cool. She has 17 kids.
that. How the peepers are a problem? What's going on?
Well, no, her eyes are gorgeous. She has a
She's hot.
sharp set of teeth on her.
She's hot, although she's
Can't
too
listen to
excited
Bryan
about that
'cause
dog.
He likes everything.
It's an interesting body.
Check this out, B. So, doing some research, talking to some Asian fellas, they love this segment because they said they're going through the exact same thing Chin is. It's not that you don't have options, but they said Asian men in America, on these dating websites, it's always been like this. They have the lowest success rate. For whatever reason, as an Asian man in America, it's just tough to find connection. Like
Steve Byrne
they have
does a
the
joke
lowest
about
rate.
that. He goes, Asian women, they date white guys, they date black guys, they date Mexican guys, they just don't date Asian guys.
Yeah, so like all of there's like 3 of them. They're like, tell Chin, like we love this segment because we get it, man. Like we're on there all the time. We're swiping nonstop.
Yeah.
We don't get a lot of connections because as an Asian man in America, it's a fucking nightmare.
Weird.
It is weird. Remember, I forgot to talk about this, but when we were in San Francisco, I told you I took an Uber pool. Do you remember? We met in the green room after I met 2 girls in the Uber pool.
Yes.
One was a doctor and one was a lawyer. Super pretty. So I'm actually messaging with them right now.
Type move.
Yeah.
They
show
were
you the
pretty.
pictures later.
Doctor
Pretty.
and lawyer.
Doctor and
They were
lawyer,
pretty, but an
freaking
Uber
pretty.
pool.
Yeah.
Wow. So they're
Those
cheap.
2, and then that girl that I do dig right now, New York.
Then yeah, she was bad.
Messenger with her.
She's
so
hot as shit.
We'll see
you
what
got some
happens.
fish on the line.
When I was
Fish on the
19,
line.
I dated a 35-year-old cardiologist, and that was hot.
Yeah.
My dad took me to a golf camp, and I was like, golf?
What's up, girl?
This is so much fun. Then
She
I
got my
meet
heart.
her. Uh-huh.
But Chin, so it's true though. Like Asian men in America, it's a struggle. Like on the dating apps,
I think on the apps maybe, but not in real life.
No, in real life, the lowest success rate.
Well, I don't know. Well, so you said my situation was wait, no, like you're saying like we can't find girls, or my situation where I'm like I'm not looking.
Your situation, there's some matches, but like.
But I know in general,
if you were white, I feel like we'd have way more matches.
Dude, when you go on the dating apps, they're all white.
Yeah.
They're like 90% white. And then once in a while, you'll see an Asian girl. And then you're not attracted to that Asian girl.
Yeah.
So I saw maybe 2 Asian girls that were okay throughout this entire thing.
Yeah, but I get DMs, I get emails, and then my brother's friends who are of Asian descent were saying, like, tell Chin, we get it, man. Like, it sucks. Like, for us as Asian Americans, like, you know, if it's like black, white, Mexican, Asian, we're the last, you know, if we're playing dodgeball, you're the last to get picked.
It's true. That's why my Asian singing group, we just knew it's not going to hit. The world's not ready for that.
Wait, maybe America's not.
What was the name?
Yeah, not America. That's what I mean.
What was the name of your?
So I'll say America, not the world. Yeah. So the America's not ready.
There's a huge band, K-pop band right now. They're fucking
in Asia.
Oh yeah,
in Asia.
But they're slowly
killing.
That's true. They're not big over.
What's the name of your? What was the name of your Asian?
Verse.
Verse.
Yeah.
The verse.
All right.
Never heard that
verse.
before.
Yeah.
Verse.
But yeah,
but you're doing better. You have some.
Got some fish on the
some
line.
leads.
Yeah. And everyone, even at your shows, there's people like coming up to me saying they want to introduce me to this person. So I just said DM me, and then one dude, he wanted me to go to Magic Mountain with their friends, and they were going to hook me up with the girl.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
On that Saturday.
It's a good first date.
Yeah.
Are you working
I was
out?
hungover.
Next Saturday?
I started.
Hey, next Saturday?
No, that Saturday. You know how the show was on Friday?
Oh, that following day?
Yes. He's
Did
like,
you
we
go
got an
or
extra
no?
ticket. I was too hungover.
Dude, Chin came with 25 Koreans to my show.
Vietnamese.
Are the Vietnamese?
No, they're everything, actually.
Ooh,
25 Koreans. The one was a bit of a heckler, wasn't she?
She was. I told you. Remember I told you I had to talk to him beforehand sometimes?
They were like, like it came out and she's like, yeah, Brandon. I'm like, God damn, that's how we're starting the show off. Brandon? That's how we're going to start tonight?
Brandon.
Like, you don't know what you're doing.
They don't even know where they were.
She was crunk, huh?
Yeah.
Brandon.
A little too crazy.
You have a lot of friends. Everywhere we go, Chin has people.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I need these tickets. I need this.
He's got long arms.
Long
arms.
Asian tentacle goes far.
And you started working out?
I just started, yeah.
What does that mean?
I jog.
Beach body? What did you do?
Not beach body yet. I'm gonna do that soon. But
I have 2 trainers at boxing where like tell Chin to set up.
Yeah.
I'll give him private training.
Perfect. Because my legs hurt right now. I can't even do so I got to get in shape just to be in gym shape.
You lifting weights?
No, you just need to.
My legs are killing me right now.
You just got. But if you don't work out, it's gonna get worse.
No, I'm saying like I'm starting it now, so I'm getting.
You don't need to. You just
up.
go and I'll set it up. I'll set it up. If after this show we'll talk about it. I'll see those guys after this, and then you just go in.
Perfect. I still need Tony's number.
It won't be through Tony. I'll set it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll set that up.
Sounds good.
Chinder files.
Chinder files. We're getting closer though.
Not bad.
Getting closer.
Getting closer.
Making some connections.
You can't eat after this, huh?
I sure can't.
Currents?
And then MJ, we have no issues.
I was thinking about
MJ's first show. MJ came to the Laugh Factory. Sold way more shirts because she was selling shirts.
I bet. And
Yeah, way more
MJ
shirts.
is. I've never.
People were like, I guess I'll take
every
one.
guest we've had was like, she's really hot. I'm like, haven't noticed. It's so funny, man.
What do you got, Chin?
The whole Trump thing on people taking knees in the NFL.
Tell you what. I mean, you can side with racists. You can do, fuck up all this other stuff. You can tweet out and be.
You go after the NFL.
You can be a fuckboy. You fuck with the NFL. You're fucking with the real roots of America.
You fucking with America.
Now you fuck.
Uh-huh.
I think this will lead to some even bigger change.
Well, I think that Trump has been an incredible unifier in a lot of ways. Like that when he does stuff like that, people get together, like owners and everybody kind of white, black, everybody kind of locks arms and they're like, Americans have such a defiant streak in them. Like as soon as they're told what to do by their leader, they're like, you know what? Fuck this guy.
He's not our leader though.
Right.
He's an idiot. You can't. Just because now, this day and age, just because you're the president of the United States doesn't make you our leader.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, you're the enemy. Like he's the enemy. He's not a leader.
Yeah.
People are opposing him just because he's in a leadership position.
Yeah.
They're opposing him for what he stands for.
Yeah. And also, because you kneel doesn't mean you don't like your country or the flag. What you're doing is trying to bring attention to an injustice in your community or whatever. I mean, it's just, that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? So
Many people booed the players who kneeled yesterday. Not really. And then he goes, NFL ratings are down. Everything's down. Just fucking.
Oh, he always does that.
I don't get very political. I know no one wants to hear it from me. I'm out. I'm off. I'm done. He's a fucking moron. I'm out, man. Trump.
I'm out. Man, there you go.
I'm out.
Yeah.
When he attacks people on Twitter, I'm embarrassed.
He's an embarrassing guy, man.
He
just is.
I'm finally embarrassed.
He's not I just don't think he's that smart. I just definitely don't think he's competent. And I just think he's emotional. He's so fucking emotional. I don't know. I've never liked the guy. I never liked him as a person. I've always said it. I think he's a Trumpist. He's about himself. That's why I don't like him. That's the reason I don't like him. I think he's about himself.
I just don't think he's qualified. I don't think he's just not qualified.
I don't either.
I'm just embarrassed. What else you got, Jen?
This is pretty crazy. A brother and sister accidentally had an incestuous relationship. They were raised in separate foster homes, met up, started
This is
dating.
Game of Thrones shit. This is Game of Thrones shit. Keep going.
They met up, started dating. They actually broke up. She found out she was pregnant. And this is in France. So I guess in France, you can't be parents if you have an incestuous child. But in this case, in this rare case, they allowed them both to be parents.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of the outlier.
That is so interesting.
Now, when brothers and sisters have sex and have a kid, does the kid come out? There you go. Jon Snow and Khaleesi's son. That's his aunt.
There is a higher
that spoiler alert. You might have to edit that, Chin.
Okay.
Sorry, Game of Thrones. I'm all caught up, by the way. I'm all fucking caught up. Get ready for spoilers.
Don't do it. Brandon.
Get ready for spoilers.
And then don't do it.
But
he spoils the fights to me. He does it every time.
No, there's no spoiling live events.
But when
NFL games and football,
if I record the fights or something,
I've been busy all week, and I watched them last night.
You'll blow it for me.
Well, it's fights you can't.
I'm like, no,
you can't hold off.
I don't look at my phone.
But does the kid come out normal?
So apparently, there's a higher risk of various handicaps and retardation and stuff like that.
If it's this 40%,
really?
Oh man!
Yeah, when you have so the Habsburgs, they would constantly, the famous story of the Habsburgs, they would have interbreeding because you were a royalty, so you only breed with royal blood. By the time the heir to the Habsburg throne, he had to be helped onto his saddle, and he had an underbite that was so pronounced he couldn't chew his own fucking food. He had to eat out of a straw.
Jesus
he was the word they used was an imbecile.
So there's issues with it.
Yeah, it's never very good.
Sure, don't fuck your sister.
It's never good to.
He had no idea. That's the sad part. They grew up in different foster homes.
That's so strange.
Yeah.
So that makes it way less creepy.
Yeah, this is just complete accident.
They just fell in love.
They fell in love. They were like, "You look like me. I look like you." People do that all the time. They were talking about so you see that with couples, and
you see it with dogs.
They were kind of
like
talking,
you look like your dog.
Well,
you look like a corgi.
Well, human beings.
You look like
I
a
look
corgi.
like a German Shepherd, like a working line shepherd.
No, you have two dogs.
I look like
the
a
one.
working
The
line.
one.
No,
I'm like, oh yeah, that's a cute dog.
I look like a.
Then look at me. If your dog just all of a sudden went the human.
No.
Bryan,
German Shepherd. No.
You look
the working class.
You
shepherd,
look like a goddamn corgi.
No,
if you were a dog, you're corgi.
No, it's not true.
You're corgi.
No, it's not true.
You have the face of a corgi.
No.
Either that or you look like a bloodhound.
No, German Shepherd.
You look like a bloodhound. With those
that
ears and that nose, you look like a bloodhound.
That has the face is starting to fall off my face. Yeah.
You look like a bloodhound.
Because my face drags on the ground, so I pick up scent.
Go fucking sniff.
Do you know why they have long ears?
Get sniffing.
You know why their ears drag on the ground? Because
pick up scent.
Yeah, pick up the scent.
So
my jowls, pretty soon my jowls are going to be hanging on the ground.
Hey, but for reals, you look like your corgi dog.
I was doing you ever when you're older like me and you look down on a mirror, just get in a push-up position and look down at your face. Man, veins, everything, your whole face is hanging off.
What do you mean down?
The poor women in my life. Your face hangs off like your face. If you're
the down mirror,
yeah. If I'm looking,
why is there a mirror on the ground?
If I'm looking down at my wife as I'm power fucking,
yeah. But when would you see that vision?
I've looked in the mirror at times. Like I've looked.
How?
So today that happened. What was I doing today?
Maybe your phone.
Yes, my phone. That's exactly what it was. My phone was on the ground.
You saw that
and
turkey chin?
I was fixing my neck. And I looked down on my face and I was like, that's exactly what it was. I was like, my face is simply falling off my skull. And that's not acceptable. Like brisket. And I can see a giant vein in my forehead. And I was like, who the fuck would ever be able to have sex with that guy?
Well, she signed a contract, so good luck.
From now on, it's going to be from behind only. Now, here's the thing. they were talking about, though, Nietzsche always said that a lot of friendship is bullshit, because a lot of friendship is people make friends based on sort of like how they compliment them. Like, so you'll have a friend and you only have a friend that usually people make friends because they're like you. They look like you.
Speak
they
the
speak
same
the same language.
I don't know if you have to look the same.
Well, so there's that kind of friendship, or the friends compliment you. So a hot chick a lot of times will have nothing but hot friends, or she's got the opposite.
All grenades.
Or grenades.
So they look better.
Exactly. And those aren't necessarily real friends.
Well,
then there are the friends, sure, but then there are the friends that you just truly enjoy hanging out with. People that just make you laugh and you hang and you love.
This motherfucker's not writing anything groundbreaking.
No, and then there's
the
friends that inspire you. Like,
you just went over the
but there are a lot of friendships.
Friends.
There are a lot of friendships where people are fucking. They just like you see them, and they're only friends with people that are just like them, and you're like,
like they
that's
look
kind
like
of a
them?
relationship with you.
Like they look like
Just
them?
like you got to kind of speak the way everything about the person.
Well,
has
friends
to be just
speak
like
the
them.
similar language.
No, you and I are
like
different.
Clicks. We have similar lingo for sure.
Sure, we have.
Your group of friends
lingo.
have similar lingo.
Yeah, we have similar lingo, but you want to be friends with people like a deeper form of friendship is people that kind of push you and inspire you, and a lot of people don't necessarily have those bonds.
Now, what did this have to do with you looking like you're fucking corgi?
So with dogs, same thing.
God damn it.
So people get dogs. A lot of times people get dogs. They say that identify with how. So they're like, I identify with that kind of dog. So that's why I have a working line German Shepherd.
See,
because you can send me into a fucking warehouse and take down a
corgi. Just the biggest pussy in the world.
Nah, man, I
might as well have a cat.
I got a working line Shepherd. So if there's a situation, you send me in. I take that perp down. I take the perp down. Because I identify with a fucking wolf. Because you know how I'm like wolf-like? The point is...
Corgi.
No, I'm wolf-like, man. Don't say that I have...
Hey, and you also have the nicest German Shepherd in the world.
I don't know what you're talking... Change the subject. Next current event.
What else you got, Chin?
All right, this is a bad one. Aaron
shit.
Hernandez, after they tested his brain, he had severe CTE.
I think level 3
Stage
out of
3
4.
or something like that,
Stage 3 out of 4.
And then his family's suing the NFL because of it now.
It's going to get bad for the NFL, yeah.
Stage 3 chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
Such a shame all the way around.
Well,
it was the most advanced case they have seen at this stage.
What?
They said his brain was of a mid 60-year-old.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Hold on. Is that true? That's fucked up, man. Wow.
Stage 3, she found that Hernandez involves cognitive impairment, trouble with executive functions like planning and organizing.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Additionally, they found early brain trophy and large
perforations in septum
Damn.
pellucidum.
Well, Sapolsky, who's that behavioral psychologist or whatever, he's like, you know, as we find out more about the brain, like that you can explain a lot of human behavior, including criminal behavior.
See, but I don't think you can chalk it all up to the NFL and all that stuff because his childhood, fucked
He probably
him.
fought a lot, right?
Well, no, he grew up in, his mom was a drug addict. He didn't have a father. He was in gang activity.
So
those were his conditions. Then if you mix in the brain trauma, you know, it's going to be bad, but you can't chalk it all up to brain trauma.
So apparently,
Apparently,
according to Sapolsky, in that book, Behave, as people who grew up in circumstances of poverty and stress and things like that, and including when your mother did drugs, your prefrontal cortex will not develop at the same rate. So you actually are mentally impaired. It can have a great deal to do with mental impairment, and that those parts of the brains actually don't develop.
I would assume that's what the NFL's
wild.
defense is going to be. They're gonna be like, wait, what? Look at his fucking childhood. Yeah, football didn't help. We agree.
And it should be part of their defense.
Hell yeah.
I think they're suing more, not for what happened to him, but that caused him to commit suicide. So that's what they're suing him for.
You don't think the circumstance of him going to prison for life because he murdered 3 people is what he committed suicide for, and so the family of the slain victims couldn't steal all of his money. It goes to his kids. You don't think he's there?
Stevie Blue Eyes was talking about this. He said that it was not surprising at all that Aaron Hernandez did that, because they used to always say in jail, when you are in jail and you're just around things, you can deal. You can get institutionalized and you're fine. The biggest danger is when you go out for a month in a van and you're out in the world for your trial, so for a retrial, or you see your family and you spend a great time
you're
with
reminded
them.
of all that stuff.
Yeah,
over
and then when you come back to your cell, that's when suicides happen, he said. A lot of times when you just realize, I can't do this anymore, because you're reminded of what you're missing. And so to Aaron, he was saying it way before. He goes, and he was talking to his buddies who were in jail. He goes, when you're in a van and you're seeing people living their life, and you're going through Boston, and then you're in a courtroom and you smell perfume and you see what the world is like, you see your family. Now you got to come back to your cell, and you might be there forever.
Well, his biggest thing too is his kid would have been screwed over because they would took all his money. So he's worth more to them dead than he is alive.
And there's that.
That was like the ultimate sacrifice. I don't know, man. It's a shame. But as much as brain trauma CT we see, you're only seeing the worst case scenarios. Like, we know it's bad for you. You know how many guys out there that don't have issues?
Correct. A lot.
Or maybe they do. They don't know because they can't dial the numbers on their phone.
Well, who's Bo Cameron? Bo Cam played 10 years in the NFL, 65 now, owns a bunch of restaurants. I talked to him about it, and he said, he goes, all my friends who are my age now, he goes, I know it's a real thing, but he said, most of my friends, we're all fine at 65. I mean, he's fine. So it depends on your brain, probably. It depends.
We know it's not healthy.
Of course it's an issue. But so there's this guy I met at in Madison. He works in Cleveland as an engineer in the what is it called? But it's a medical place, and they're coming up with and he actually had it with him, a mouthpiece with a computer chip in it that will read the kind of trauma you take to your head. So based on how you bite down and all this stuff, I guess, and a vibration through the mouthpiece. And it's going to have it'll have an app on your phone. So there'll be a guy eventually, you'll have your mouthpiece will take readings of the kind of head trauma you take.
And say, well, he can't play anymore.
Right, because it hits a certain marker and they go, that's a concussion.
Still, I mean, it's
a little tough, right?
It helps, but you're concussed. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you'll have to sit out based on a certain number that the phone gives you.
Yeah.
So that's all coming.
That's good.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jen?
Okay. A dude robbed a Starbucks, right, with a mask and a knife, and a fake gun. And the guy that was near him took him down. Someone that wanted to disarm him took him down and beat him up so badly that he's now suing the guy that disarmed him. But the guy that disarmed him, I read later on, he stabbed him with like 13 times.
17 times.
Or 17 times, yeah.
Flores suffered 17 stab wounds.
Rightfully so, man. I mean, there's going to be some repercussions. You rob a store, and homeboy's there. And
17 times, though. Damn.
But hey, man, maybe you didn't want him to get up.
The guy who was holding on, the guy who had the knife?
No, the guy
disarmed him.
The guy who disarmed him took the knife and stabbed him
17 times.
Right? It's a little tricky. I don't know if I'm down with this guy.
Jerry was stabbed once in the neck.
Oh.
That's a big deal.
Maybe
he was fighting for his life. So he got stabbed in the neck. He took the knife out and stabbed the guy.
I'm sorry, Jerry, we should be honoring as a hero in San Francisco Starbucks, got stabbed in the neck, apprehended this fucking moron, took the knife, and he's not equipped to handle these high-pressure situations, so he stabs the guy 17 times.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't have a problem with it.
No, me neither.
Yeah, I got stabbed in the neck. That's different.
Stabbed in the neck?
Come on, man.
Yo, that
sucks. I don't know if you know that, but that's super dangerous.
Oh, how'd it go down? I mean,
dude, Jesus. I got a fucking needle. I got 2 needles in my neck. I did that prolotherapy where they shoot saline solution into your muscles.
Why?
My neck was so bad. Back in the day, my neck was so bad, so I go to this doctor, and it's called prolotherapy. So they'll shoot saline solution into your muscles, and apparently it rushes blood cells to it or some shit. He stuck that fucking needle in my neck, and I went, oh, it was so painful. I was like, what the
Needles
fuck?
and neck I won't do.
No, man. No.
What else you got, Jen?
Anthony
Weiner
Weiner.
Celebrating the Starbucks hero.
He's been sentenced to 21 months
What?
God, the guy just keeps on
for
keeping
transferring obscene material to a minor.
Dude, that's so bad.
He was sending dick pics and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And how old was the minor?
I don't remember.
Damn, he could have got 10 years. So he got
That could have been the
21
max, yeah.
So he's almost getting 2 years in prison. God damn it, Wiener.
Wiener. Also, though, come on, dude.
Dope.
Also, the kid, there was a picture where his little...
15-year-old girl.
Wiener
can't do that.
Wiener pled guilty and made a sex with a 15-year-old in North Carolina. Did he know she was 15, though? You have to register as a sex offender once he gets out.
Dude. If I see a girl, I'm going to know. If she looks remotely... If she looks 19, I ain't doing... I'm like, you never know. 15. You should be very paranoid of that stuff.
Fucking Wiener.
Come on, man.
It's Wiener.
What else you got, Jen?
All right. Check out this cutie pie dog. After the Mexico earthquakes, this dog actually helped save 50-plus lives.
Damn.
And 12 of them were like critical condition that she actually helped save.
Damn, look at those goggles.
By the way, this awesome dude, I was talking about how in Mexico, like the construction is not good. And this fucking guy
said that on our shows?
Yeah, and the DM goes, Bryan, you fucking racist. Mexico's a first world country. We have amazing construction. The earthquake was just fucking super strong, you asshole. And that's why some buildings collapsed. And I was like, oh, sorry. I'm really sorry. He goes, that's okay. I'm a long-time listener. I was like, all right. Sorry, all due respect.
What a badass dog.
Hell yeah.
Super cute.
It's awesome. They can smell some crazy shit. Dogs have good.
They also have hair, Brian.
Captain Obvious. Dogs can.
Mexico,
smell
horrible
really good.
construction. You know, dogs have good sense of
Dogs
smell.
can smell really well. Bomb dogs.
What else you
They
got,
use them in
Jim?
avalanches too.
Some buddies.
Whoa.
Yeah. They used their
Holy
dead
fuck.
friend's ashes as bait, and they caught the biggest carp in the world.
Tight move.
Wait a minute. Carps eat ash?
Well, they
What do they
combine
do?
it
Dip
into
like
like a
the
bait.
worms in them?
No, they combine into this little thing called boilies. It's a little bait that they mound up in their hands. And their buddy used to go fishing with them, ended up getting cancer, and this is their tribute to him.
That's cool.
So
That guy on the far right looks like he's struggling to hold
Yeah,
that
guys.
that might be him, actually.
That water looks dirty.
God damn, that thing is huge.
Fucking huge carp.
That's an arapaima, but that's the carp right there.
That's the carp?
Yeah.
Those are
Where the
giant
fuck are they
fish.
fishing at?
Yeah,
Thailand?
the Amazon?
Oh, Thailand? Yeah.
Oh, Thailand.
I was going to say, that's not
that
on these
makes
parts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now in
catfish?
Thailand, aren't there
Set of titties.
dude? Those are some tits, and aren't there crocodiles in Thai waters in Thailand? Aren't there big crocodiles in that water? Get the fuck out!
They're hunting with their hands. Don't you hunt catfish with your hands, right?
Yeah,
But they
not
sting
me.
you. No, fuck. No.
Not
Putting your
me.
hands in those muddy holes.
Oh, Siamese
Small to medium-sized freshwater crocodile.
Oh, you say small? Get on my fucking
pussies.
face.
I
I
don't
don't
care
worried
about
about that. No.
Yeah, you're freshwater. It's the salties.
Give me that salt one. You
Salties you got to worry about.
What else you got, Jen?
Salties have so much acid in their stomach they can dissolve nails.
God, dog. Teacher allegedly slept with 14 students, 2 in the same night.
So hot. I find this so
She's
sexy.
not bad looking.
Not at all.
They're always hot.
They're always hot.
You never
Why
see
are
the
we putting him in
trolls.
jail? That fucking
She's 25.
yeah, fantastic.
Hey, this one's hilarious.
just a fan of
Hey, New Jersey woman admits forcing 16-year-old into a hellish life of sexual slavery.
I read about that.
Really? What happened? Click on that for me.
Where's
Jen.
it at?
She's hot. She fucked 2 dudes in the same night. Whatever. Go to New Jersey woman admits
Oh, right
forcing
there.
16-year-old into
It's
hellish
a girl.
life.
Yeah, that's bad.
What?
Look at her.
Yeah, she looked.
Wait, was she the one forced into
she's
hellish?
She's the force. Her name is China White. She's pretty hot.
Hold up. What's going on here, Chen?
A New Jersey woman went by the name China White.
Great.
Pleaded guilty,
Name.
forcing 16-year-old girl from New York to go into prostitution. So that's sex slaves.
Yeah.
Human
Yeah, not
trafficking.
cool.
You're screwed.
It was guys who were, she
Yeah.
was working for dudes.
Oh, so she was like the pimp.
Yeah.
She was like the middleman to the
Yeah,
pimp.
yeah.
Fuck, that's horrible.
Yep. Because
Not
they
cool.
would put an ad in, and a cop answered it. It was a sting operation, and it was the girl. She was 16.
Faces 7 years in prison.
Yeah, these other guys were involved.
And a woman told him that he could have full sex for $160 cash in a motel.
It was a
on Route
husband and wife.
46.
Look at that. Yeah.
She accepted $160 in cash.
Yeah.
Wow. Poor girl, man.
Yep. Happens all the time.
Physical violence should not fall through the rules and perform to the expectations. Jesus Christ, man. What a piece of shit that couple is.
Yeah. Very bad people.
Remember when we were talking about the IKEA thing? There's some strange guys around.
There's two strange guys around that kid.
Remember, I was like, how could that be possible? Then I got messages like crazy going like, no, that's where things like that happen.
IKEA, yeah.
Yeah, when it's packed, they just snag the kids.
Christ. It's fucking horrifying.
Ugh.
Very scary.
What else you got, Jen?
I think that's it, man.
All right, good shit.
I'm going to go pee again, and we're going to do a dropping knowledge.
Man, yeah, get pee.
Let's go piss. And I'm probably going to have one of these. So my dropping knowledge is, again, about confirmation bias, which is something we all suffer from, right? So when you have a feeling or a belief, you will do whatever you can to look for it. And this Islamic scholar went and kind of like interviewed a lot of jihadists and extremists and found that there are most of them don't know a whole lot about the Quran. They just don't know a lot. They have a very rudimentary idea. But what happens is there are some obscure texts, like tiny texts that start making the rounds on all the forums, in the ISIS forums and all these Islamic forums, basically predicting that, the end of times is near. It's very, very prevalent among like most jihadists, but also the idea that, everything that's happening now has been predicted in the Quran. And he found them. And I just want to give you an example of how, and we all do this. We all do this. We all will try to find like some obscure thing. It's like, it says it in the Bible, or it says it right here. Or if you watch this YouTube thing, you can see it was this CIA guy said it way back then. And it's like, you hear this all the time. And it's very easy to confirm your bias with evidence if you know where to look. You're cherry picking. But this is a very real issue and it's really what gives fuel to a lot of young people. They're not even interested in the arguments, because they don't even know the Quran. They're just like, it's said in the Quran, here it is. So here's an example of essentially, I guess, what they're talking about, where they basically said the Quran predicted HIV and climate change. And here is the passage. And think about how obscure this is. Corruption has appeared, and it's an obscure hadith. It's what Muhammad said. It's the hadith. It's not even the Quran. He said, corruption has appeared throughout the land and sea by what the hands of people have earned. So corruption has appeared throughout the land and sea, climate, by reason of what the hands of people have earned. So he may let them taste part of the consequence of what they have done, that perhaps they will return to righteousness. That's pretty obscure, okay? But that's thrown around. That line predicted HIV. It's not even in the Quran, but it's an obscure translation of a hadith. Again, the things that Muhammad said that is considered untrustworthy by mainstream Islamic scholars. Then it says, it never happens that permissiveness overwhelms a people to the extent that they display their acts of sex shamelessly, and they are not uniquely punished by God. Among them, invariably, pestilence, which is disease, is made to spread, and such other diseases, the like of which have never been witnessed by their forefathers. Those are two examples of what are thrown around as proof that the Quran predicted climate change and HIV. And there are so many different examples of this, and I read through all of them. I don't have time to. But the bottom line is, remember, for example, here's one that predicted the Iraq War. The last hour would not come before the Euphrates uncovers a mountain of gold. The Euphrates is the river that goes through Iraq. Uncovers a mountain of gold for which people would fight. That's passed around as proof that the Quran predicted the Iraq. And this is mainstream among extremists and jihadists. And it just goes to show you how propaganda can be twisted to basically show you and prove to you that you're feeling, because you're marginalized or whatever, that I'm on the right side of right and this book has the truth. Even though mainstream Islamic scholars would be like, dude, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Here are 1,000 examples of why you're wrong. No. But the most important thing to realize is that, yes, that is part of what fuels young men to join ISIS and things like that. However, we all have a little ISIS in us. CrossFitters tend to look at the whole world as a gym. Vegans tend to think that everything can be cured with green vegetables. Obviously, ISIS takes it a little too far. They'll chop your fucking head off.
I don't have ISIS in you, bro.
Yeah, you got a little ISIS in you, bro. You actually are not that way. You're actually pretty good at.
A lot of people.
You're pretty fucking moderate, but just keep that.
Gold one was tricky though.
What's that?
That gold.
It's all tricky.
gold.
It's all tricky, but it's how you motivate large groups of young men.
Yeah.
You find obscure passages. It's like numerology. You know what that is in the Bible, like in like Kabbalah and stuff, where you can connect numbers and you can connect verse and stuff like that. You can do that with anything. Do that with the Constitution. So be careful.
Oh, we're all in ISIS. We all
have a little ISIS in us,
6
kids.
degrees of separation. ISIS.
That's right. It's important to know.
Where are you going to be at? Be for comedy.
Glad you asked,
doing
buddy.
that.
Glad you asked, buddy. Well, my friend, I will be doing that, and I'll be talking about nothing but ISIS and reading from the Quran. Long passages. Long passages from the Quran. I hope you guys don't mind. Just fucking crickets.
Boo!
Boo! And I just keep reading. I will be in fucking Philadelphia.
Oh, that'll be great over in Philly.
Oh, Philly, they love when you read
Philly's
from
going
the
to put up
Quran.
with a lot.
And Allah said, and the Hadith and Muhammad, I'll be in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, where something called the Constitution was written.
That's right, man. You should go over that on
where
stage.
The Republic was founded.
And see how well your ticket sales go.
That's right. Do you know what?
Wrong.
Do you know what Ben Franklin, like what he had to do with electricity, which I kind of didn't know.
You have to get electrocuted, right?
Well, no. Like, you know how they say he invented electricity? Of course he didn't, right? But
Yeah.
what did he do?
Wasn't he the one who found it? Like, basically...
Sort of, he tamed it in a way, right?
Yeah, he's the one that could basically bottle it, right?
Well, he created the lightning rod, I guess. It was like sort of like he flew a kite and was figured out that you could harness lightning, like the gods. You weren't at the mercy of it. You could actually put a lightning rod up, and you could actually attract lightning. You could actually get God to shoot it at a certain place. He figured out that there were conductive materials like metal that would cause lightning to actually hit it. It's kind of interesting. So, kind of like the first guy to tame the gods. So he invented the quote unquote lightning rod. There are lightning rods, which you never think about, but I guess there are, where you don't want to, like if your hair's standing on end and you're on a golf course,
run.
You might want to run. Don't lift your golf club. How about the fact that lightning will hit the ground, and in where was it, in like Norway? It hit the ground and 300 reindeer just fucking died. They just died.
Well, there's probably water on the ground.
I guess so, right? So it was like, which just happened to people.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. I didn't realize that.
Water and electricity, man.
Wear rubber shoes. That's why we should put rubber hooves on all.
So you're safe in a car.
Yeah. That's why you're safe in a car, buddy.
Well, a car's metal within the ground.
Can you get electrocuted? Yeah. I guess you're grounded.
I don't know. Either way, go see Bryan in Philly. We're both at the Comedy Store tomorrow night.
We sure are at the Comedy Store tomorrow night.
Mr. Joe Rogan, Sam Tripoli.
I'm excited about that.
Russell Peters.
Yeah.
Be a fun one. Then my next show's not till November. Calusa Casino.
There you go.
Basically NorCal.
NorCal.
About an hour from Sacramento?
I'll be fine.
I think those tickets are on sale.
Have a good time.
Yeah, it'd be great.
TFATK.com
for Bryan and myself.
You shouldn't. I'll tell you that you're going to be there. And the other thing that you guys should know. Well, there's breaking news. I want you guys to.
News?
There's breaking news.
Depends if you're a cannibal, are you?
Well, a Russian couple is suspected of killing and eating up to 30 victims.
What?
Yeah, it's a Russian couple. 35-year-old
Do you know what they look
man.
like? Could you not find it?
I got to find it. 35-year-old man, 30-year-old woman, and his wife. Both. Well, actually, 35-year-old man. They didn't say how old the wife was. Alleged to have murdered as many as 30 people since 1999. Consumed parts of the bodies. They found a canned hand. They canned a hand. That's attractive. And they found, I guess, pictures of the guy on his phone.
Oh, there's a picture.
Yeah.
Cannibal family confessed to killing and eating at least 30 people in Russia. They kept human remains in the cellar of their house of horror and posed for selfies with the body parts. Scroll down for the selfies, please.
A former policeman was charged with 60 additional murders in addition to 22 that
the pair was detained. What?
I don't want to see this stuff.
Well, I do. Picture a man with what appears to be a hand in his mouth. Oh, my God. The man had been killing and eating people since 1999, according to his confession.
That is so crazy. Hold on.
Oh, that's the cannibal? Girl, eat this dick.
Oh, she was a recent victim. Yeah, this is not good.
Oh my God.
No, it's not
Look
good
at the guy.
all.
Keep scrolling down, Chin.
Yeah,
there he is.
He looks pretty horrific. He does. What a terrible thing. What a terrible thing they've done to people.
Holy. That is darkness at its finest.
It's darkness at its finest. Worked at the military academy. Yeah.
What the? Another page was showing human head on a plate surrounded by oranges. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Holy God. Keep scrolling down.
Another jar of alleged human remains.
Hold up. The pair used either a Russian drug, Korovolv, to make their victim sleep.
Wow.
Pickled in a jar.
I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Hold up. They lived in a hostel of a military aviation academy that belonged to the Russian Defense Ministry. The work said each time we tried to enter their room, they started wild shouting and crying.
They are so deeply depraved. I don't know what to say about that shit.
Oh, my God. That's nuts.
That is so horrible.
There's some darkness in this world, man.
I mean, man, oh, man. And they were just married. They found each other. How the fuck? How do you breach that subject with your wife? Like, hey, let me ask you a question. You like eating people? I'll bite you. You're going to bite me. I bet you want to eat me. I do. Do you want to eat me? Yeah. Do you want to eat somebody? Like, you know what I mean? How do you get into that level of perversion?
Some dark shit.
It's some dark shit, but I guess they found each other. They probably saw each other and they're like, I'd like to eat that person.
What if, let's say you were to eat me. Let's just say you had to. What part would you eat first?
On you?
Yeah. And then I'll tell you one.
You got some good meat on you.
But you got to pick.
Probably the back of your arm.
You'd eat my triceps? It's going to be tough meat.
It'd be some tough meat, right? Probably your cheekies, your little cheekapoos.
My cheeks?
You got some cute cheeky poos. Sure. Got all softy cheekies.
I'd eat your ass.
What? What? Gross. No.
No. I'd eat your ass cheek.
No, dude.
Wait. You can eat my cheeks.
Yeah, I'd eat your
I said I'd eat
cheeks.
your ass. Not like your asshole.
You said you'd eat my ass on the show. You said I'd eat your ass, and you were like, and you were looking me in the eye.
No, your cheeks.
You're attracted to me.
No, like I would.
At the end of the day,
I would barbecue your ass cheeks. I'm not gonna eat
God,
your ass.
You said I want to eat your ass. I'd eat your ass. It's so gross, dude. What would you do? Peel my peach and go to town?
No,
you said it.
No, I would skin it off like
you want to go after my bunny hole,
bro?
Prosciutto,
bro.
No,
you said you'd eat my cheeks or my triceps. How's that any different? I'm trying to eat your glutes.
No, because you went, I'd eat your ass, and you said it with you said it all loose, and your mouth stayed all open.
Let me eat your ass, bro.
God, no.
Yeah, that came out wrong.
You worry me because you're strong.
Well, maybe I'd eat your hamstring.
You'd hold me down. Hey, get off!
I'd pickle your ankles.
You would?
I'd pickle your ankles, your old ass ankles. Feel like you'd be like brisket.
When they did, they went to the South African jail, and there was a guy who would, like, when you were an inmate, he would bang you face to face. Whenever you think about it, like being anally like raped in jail,
yeah,
you're
thinking you're facing the wall.
Yeah, no, not so. And he's like face to face. I'm looking you in the eye when I do it. Yeah,
oh God,
that's a rough way to take it.
That's a savage move.
That's a savage move. That's where you are made his girl.
Clearly gay.
Oh, clearly gay. Guy goes, "Are you gay?" He goes, "No, I'm not gay."
You definitely.
He goes, "But doesn't that make you gay?" Nope. It's just his way of like marking your card.
No,
mark your card.
No.
He's 100% gay.
But what's that have to do with eating people?
Well, you said you want to eat my ass.
Yeah, that guy's not eating ass.
Well, you know, Brendan, eating ass and breaking into it with your dong are pretty much as gay as it gets.
I didn't say I want to break into your ass.
Same thing.
I did not say I'm going to break your ass.
It's such a short little step. It's
I would
working my bunny hole.
Like it's a prime rib.
When you're working my bunny hole,
you're talking about breaking in your asshole.
When you're working my bunny hole with your Aurora tongue.
All right, bro. That's gay.
Well, that's what you want. It's such a short move to just kind of.
I was going to barbecue your ass.
Get up there and go.
You want to eat my cheeks?
Well, yeah, because I was talking about eating you for protein.
I was talking about eating you too.
No, you were talking about your ass. You were talking about enjoying me.
No.
Yep. In your dick area.
If we were stranded, no. Mm-hmm. No, I never said I was going to break into your ass.
You were talking about. Well, that's what you basically implied.
No,
and I'm appalled and offended.
If someone ever says, "Hey, man, I'm trying to break into that ass,"
yeah,
they're trying to fuck. If someone says, "Yo, bro, you have some glutes on you," I'd love to tenderize those things,
Didn't
put them
say
on my
that.
grill.
You didn't say that.
They want to eat your
You
ass.
looked at me. There was a
Like,
pause.
physically eat your ass.
You smiled, and you went, "I would eat your ass." And then your mouth hung loose, and I was like,
That came out wrong.
Yep.
You know what? Not you know what?
Or it came
You know
out
what?
right. Or it came out as the truth. Or it came out as
you
the
know
truth.
what?
Yeah.
I'm not even honest. That came out wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna eat your ass, bro.
Well,
no, I was gonna eat your glutes.
Genie's
I
out of
should
the
say
bottle.
glutes.
Genie's out of the bottle. And your hands, everybody should see your hands are so pressed to your thighs right now, like a bad boy, like you've been a bad boy. His hands are sitting
You have no
by
argument.
his
That
thighs.
sounded so bad when I said I'll eat your ass.
His hands are.
All I'm saying is there's a lot of meat in your glutes. I would
Your
eat
hands are
glutes.
right. Your hands are touching the sides of your thighs like a good boy. You're like you've been disciplined. You got caught with your cookies, with your fingers in the cookie jar, with your fingers in the butt jar.
You're trying to break into my ass.
You got your fingers
You're
in my
trying to
butt
break
jar.
into my ass, bro.
No, I never said that.
Yeah, you're trying to break into my ass.
No, don't try to turn it around on me.
No.
You got
this whole time.
cookies in the
you're talking about
cookies in the
breaking
poop jar, cookies in the poop jar, cookies in my butt jar. Yeah. All right, moving on.
Let me breaking that ass.
Nope.
That's it.
Well, Brian, I'm gonna get me a watch.
You do that, buddy.
I'm gonna get me a bunch of watches.
I had fun chatting with you this Monday.
I had fun chatting with
It's
you.
fun to chat with you this Monday morning, buddy. We're friends.
We're friends.
We inspire
Don't
each
eat
other.
cheese
We
anymore.
enjoy each other. What?
Don't eat cheese anymore. And
Gotta stop doing that.
And I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
I look a little. I don't know. I guess I'm a little bothered that you have some ISIS in you. That's why I take away from this podcast.
Yeah, you should.
You have ISIS, and you look like a.
I just think if you don't agree with me, chop your head off.
All right, that makes sense.
My back is all bunched up though. Got to go take some anti-inflammatories.
Ooh,
now.
have fun flying to Philly on Wednesday
it's
with your
gonna be
back
fun.
bunched up.
Woohoo!
TFATK.com for tickets, Brian and myself. This is the Fire Kid. We're out.